I'm sharing my screen. Is it visible to all of you? Can you please confirm it?
Yes,
Yes, we
Mr.
can.
Ramza.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Perfect. So I hope all of you guys are already working on Oracle Apex. So we will try to take it from beginner to expert level and try to cover up the comprehensive parts of Oracle Apex. And one more thing we will try to do is that nowadays technology is moving so fast and people want the hybrid application that can work on all types of screen, whether it is a tablet or mobile app. So we will also try to work on the UI UX also. That's also a very important part. Functionality is also important, but the user experience is all that matters. As you all know, the first impression makes the things work good and leave a long lasting impression on the users. So let's start with the introduction of Oracle Apex. I hope you all have worked on it, but few guys here are, I guess, new. I guess they are beginners. So we have to take them along with us. Okay, Mr. Fat, I guess 18 people are here. So we should start the session. It's almost 8 p.m. here. If you are good, we can start it now.
Yes, please. You can start. You start, Mr. Hamza.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's perfect. Okay, so for those who haven't seen the Oracle Apex before, I want to let you know that Oracle Apex is the elaboration of Oracle Apex is Application Express. It is a rapid building platform for the applications with 80% less code. Uh, we use Oracle Apex for building the applications and ERP modules in less time. So we can focus on the business instead of development. Uh, there is only 20 to 35% of development, 80% is automated. Most of the things are built in. You can make the tables and procedures and dynamic actions in just few minutes. So the main focus for using the Oracle Apex was to focus on the problems and their solutions, not focusing on the issues of development and APIs, etc. So that's why most of the people around the world are using Oracle Apex to save the time. This is a schema I made myself, and this is just to give you a flavor of how Oracle Apex is looking inside the environment. So for the introduction, I'll say that this is the first view when you go inside the Oracle Apex. And here are some applications that I have made myself. I want to let you see how these applications are working in the corporate sectors and what outcome will you have at the end of this course and what types of things you can make, whether it is a ERP or an application, etc., whatever. So here is a one application which is of course confidential. It is working in one of the biggest company in Pakistan in logistics, and this application is live. I have made it myself, and I want to show you what Oracle Apex can do. So here it is the application, which is fleet management system.
We can't hear the audio.
Sorry.
It's good now, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Oh, no problem. Perfect. Okay. This is a login page for FMS. You can see the logo back. I hope you can guess what the company is. Never mind. Okay. So this is the login page. What this application is doing, that this application is booking the fleet, the 40-footer trucks or 20-footer trucks for the couriers and logistics. And this account is the employee ID, who is just a user. He only have the authority for sending the request of a vehicle to the manager. And he can go here for vehicle hiring requisite. And he is from this branch. He came here and just sent a request, fill out the columns like that, all these columns, and then create a request. The requests are showing here, which are approved or either in process. All right. So let's note this one, 1681. And when he put a request, he is the manager. This guy, 22429. The request will come here for approval. This screen is different from the previous one. He have the authority of approving it. When we go there, we see that 1681 is in process and it is also highlighted in blue. So that's how this company, Mueller and Phipps, it's one of the biggest logistics company in Pakistan. So simply, whenever he reads all these columns, which he want to see, like if the money is okay and the payment method is okay, the branches are good, he have four options, four authorities, what he can do. Either he can deny it or approve it or let it be in process. So let's see. He approved it. We go back to the user who sent the request for the first time. And his request is approved. So that's how they are sending the requests and approving it, whether it is okay or not, maintaining the finance and accounts of it. I have shown only two users because of course it is confidential. I cannot show the the prices and what amount of revenue they are generated. It's because it is, you know, it's confidential. So these are some demo data here, like what is happening in nationwide. These are the branches, like the cities. It is Lahore and Karachi and Multan. So here it is showing the demo data. When the real data is hidden, it always shows the demo data. Like the pending amount is like this 62. So there are multiple things in it. It was just to give you the taste what Oracle Apex can do. There is a quick report. Instead of making like multiple 3 or 7 reports, we make a dynamic report with multiple filters, so we can sort out the data which we want, like sort it out more. We want only the approved one, and when the data is as per your requirement, just simply download it like this. So we don't have to be worried about the reports and the data fetching. We can just manipulate it from the front screen instead of typing multiple queries in the object browsers. I mean the at the backend. That's how quickly we can fetch out the data. Or if we are going for the finance or accounts type of applications or ERP system, there is a petty cash application which is also live in a corporate company, which is Mueller and Phipps. It's a logistic. So it is running for the internal business, like the petty cash. You can say the cash receipt, what amount is spent inside the offices or inside the branches all over the Pakistan, or you can divide it into the regions or cities, whatever you want to do. These are some reports. You can see the petty cash ledger report. I'm just giving you the taste of how the Oracle Apex is working and what we can do, and what the logistics companies and the corporate sectors are using it for. Select the date. So that's how you fetch it. Each and every column represents something, and each ID is representing something, and every ID or voucher ID, you can say, is connected to previous one or to some another application. We are making the roles from here, from the front end, not from the back end. Like if you go to the users, you don't have to query at the back end. Just come here and create a user, give him the username and password, and send it to email with just some clicks. So that's how Oracle Apex is making life easy. If you use it perfectly and know how to make the data structure perfect and how to debug the application perfectly by using the dynamic actions and working on the UI and making the correct data structure, we can achieve whatever we want to do with this application. Sorry, with this platform. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask, you can immediately stop me right there and ask me anything. I'm available for your answers. I'll welcome it. Yes, please.
Can you please show me the master detail form we have creating on our Oracle forms? How can we develop it in Oracle Apex?
Right. The master detail.
Yes, the master detail forms.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. If let me show you. Here we have created a master detail form. This is the master, and this is the detail form, detail report of that. So wait a second. All right. If we have made the tables correctly, we have to make two different tables. one for the master and one for the detail. Like for example, we have here a table of purchase order. It's FMS purchase order master, and this one is the detail. So Oracle Apex gives us an easy access for master detail from here. If you go into the app builder, and if you have made any application or not, if it is only a single page application, click on that application and click on the create page. It gives you here the option of master detail and gives you 3 styles for that, like whether you can choose the stacked or side by side or drill down, whatever the UI you like. I mostly like the side by side, so I'll go with it and give a master detail page name, whatever you like. Maybe it's like test master. And if you want to show it on the navigation bar in the you can say in the menu, you can you will click on the create navigation menu. And if you don't want to show it here, you want to access it from, you can say, from the button or from a link, so you don't have to choose it. But we right now we will select it because we want to show it here to see what's happening. And if you want to make it the child of any navigation menu entry, you will select that. And if not, just leave it like it, and it will create a new entry in the navigation bar. Like these two are the part of this, and this is the part of this. Like this is the parent and this is the child in the navigation menu. So we don't want to make it child of anyone. So we will leave it as it is and click on next. Now it's asking for the master table. First of all, click on the advanced to get more details. Like that. The master region, give it a name. I'll give it master 1. The table name is FMS. FMS is the fleet management system. Find the table here. Here is the master. Primary key is I don't know what's the primary key. I guess it's POMSTID, or if it is not, we will correct it. And if you want all these columns, leave them on the right box. And if you don't want this column, take it to the left. Only the columns on right side will show up in the report. It is asking me for the display column, like what I want to show in the display to select. And I would say, yeah, I can select the area, so it will show me the Karachi or New York, Jeddah, Riyadh, or I take master ID number. Asking me for the detail region name, I will say detail 1. Asking me for the detail table name. It showed me the FMS PO detail. PO detail ID primary key, master detail foreign relationship. If what's the biggest mistake we do while making the master detail form is that we are not making the tables in the database correctly. If the tables are connected correctly, like the primary key of master and the unique key of detail is connected in the constraints correctly, it will show up here like this. And if it is not connected perfectly, it will not show up here. So your master detail form will not work perfectly. So here's a clue. If it is showing it here, like this one is connected to this one, and the detail column is only 1 or 2, like whatever the connected tables are here, they will show up here. So that's the clue that your both of the tables are relation is perfect. And then create it. Master detail page is created. Let's see how it is working. If it needs any debugging, we can do that. Right, so side by side shows like this. On the left hand side, you will having the primary display. Remember, it was asking what you want to show on the display. Either you can show the areas or you can show the IDs. I selected the ID. Now it is showing like this. Here is the master and here is the detail. There is some error in the detail. Zero length identifier. Maybe something is wrong in page 85 in application ID. Some error in the ID. So that's how we make the master detail forms. We can work it out by making the correct tables. I already mentioned it. It is an old table I use just to show you here. Am I explaining it correctly or I'm missing anything? You can point me out anytime.
So perfectly, I understand what I asked.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
One quick thing. Would you mind muting everyone else? Can hear some. Looks like somebody's snoring.
Oh, okay. I guess I can mute. But I think other people will want to ask questions. If it's okay, everybody is cool with it, I can mute it.
Yeah, they can always unmute themselves, right, when they want to ask questions. So,
Can you please explain which type of reports we can develop in Oracle Apex, especially paper reports, or which report server you will use in this course?
Yeah, sure. Perfect. Perfect. Asking questions may make very easy for me to understand what you are looking for. That's really helpful for me also. Thank you so much. Okay, if you go here in any application, leave it here. Select any application from here, like this. This one. I think I have to use my own application. Okay, so when we go here in the like this green button, create page, actually it is not just for page. This is for everything. Actually the word page is used for the front end page. but behind it is making each and everything like forms and reports, plugins, etc., calendar, whatever you are asking for. So if you go here on the reports, you will see multiple styles of reports. It could be interactive. These two reports are used 90% of the time. These two types of reports are used. And if you want to make a report which can instantly enter or delete any row or column, you will select the report with form. Otherwise, you can use interactive report or interactive grid. There's a slightly difference. You cannot say slightly, there's a big difference, sorry. Interactive report is like this is the grid, interactive grid report. You see here, you can work on the front end right away. Like these columns are locked and this one is open. So in interactive grid report, you just click on the column and edit it and then save on the current time. Like it saves a lots of time. You just click here and enter your whatever the data is, click here, enter the data, click here, enter the data, and save the time, click on the save. But on the interactive report, this is the interactive report. For this type of report, you have to click on the edit and a form shows up. You will edit here, you will enter the data here and then apply change here. So the report will show up like this. Nobody can edit from here. And if you hide this button, this will become a simple report. This button shows up that it's editable. So this is what is the difference between interactive report and interactive grid. Grid is for editing on the first site, like on the columns instantly, and this requires the edit button and a form shows up. And this one is the faceted report, which gives us the funnel type of filters. Like you can come up with the raw data and put some, like you can say, the filters on the left side and filter out the data. And when you are, let me show you, it will make it easy. Like this one is the faceted report. I have attached a raw data like the whole table here in this screen, and I can manipulate that data according to my requirement and then fetch it out without applying the queries. Like I can select the month. I want to see the data from December 1st December to 28th of January, and I'll submit it. It will show up the data. And all the columns are here. I have made only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 columns visible. You can make all the columns visible and there will be a huge amount of raw data. And then you can filter it out. If you want the Karachi branch, you will click here, the data filtered out. You want only the in process or approved, it is also showing the count of that. I want to see the approved one only, or you want to see the in processed only, or you want to see the if there is anything more denied, it will show up and then download it. So Faceit report is used for saving the time. It is mostly used for the front-end users, not for the you can say the mostly it is used for the management. Management wants the whole data and they want to see what's happening in like in Karachi or in Jordan, or you can say the New York, according to the city wise or region wise, or you can give the data of total amount here also, so they can figure out the amount like 200 plus amount or 1 million plus amount. So these types of transactions will show up on just clicks. So Faceit is mostly used for the frequently users, like the who are the frequent users of this application. And Like this is the smart filters, same like Faceit, cards, classic reports. These all are actually, these all reports are doing the same works. Mostly these two and this one, Faceit and report with form is used mostly. And if you want to show the data like in cards or classic report, classic is the old one. We don't use it anymore. It's really boring. It's actually really outdated type of report. It's just a plain boxes. It is not used anymore. So such types of reports are here. Even we can make the plugins. It is a very important, very really important thing. We have to work on the plugins also. Most of the plugins in the market are yeah, let me show you one thing for the plugins. Oracle Apex is giving us the the plugins here in the Apex world. You don't have to make the plugins from the scratch. Oracle Apex is supporting these plugins. You can use it here in your application. Please open. Please open. Like to save the time, we get the plugins from here and use them in our application here. So there are some charts and maps, etc. These are the pages. Uh, but the most important thing we mostly use is the shared components. We import the plugins here, we import the APIs here, each and everything we can do, but everything is controlled from the shared components. The user authorization, security attributes, and navigation bars, the user roles. Like I have showed you that this is a user, which is the employee ID of a manager, and he can see these types of tabs here. Like he can see the approvals and he can print the vouchers. But the user who is below him or who is his junior have different type of screen here. So these types of authorizations and role managing is operated from here, like authentication schemes and authorization schemes. Right from here, I can show you, like is manager is this one 22429. Here is the 22429, and I have allowed him the is manager authorities, and I have put the manager authorities into the navigation bar, what he can see and what the his user can see. So these are some details. We will go there also. And one more thing is that save the fraud to save the fraud and the doubling of the when the ERP system is made, obviously there is a finance or accounts module attached with it, which is handling the money matters. And if there is something printable, so there is a vast chance that somebody can do the fraud by doubling or duplicating the vouchers. Like in our companies, the vouchers are for each trip. There's a voucher which was made it on the paper by hand, and sometimes they were made duplicate because it was written by hand. And the person who takes 10,000 in the morning comes up in the second shift, when the cashier is gone and a new cashier is available, he comes up again with the duplicate voucher and take out the 10,000 again. So overcome this type of frauds and corruption, we make a printable vouchers, which is having its own ID, which cannot be used duplicated. And we have given the access to the cashiers also to check whether it is paid against this hiring ID or not. So these types of voucher we have made. You can see here, paid to. This is a demo. If you want to, like our company wants that the name must be written by hand. who is present right at the moment. So it shows the information and the current amount against this ID 1963. Once it is paid, systems indicate that this amount is paid 10,000 against 1963. If anybody comes up again with 1963, the cashier will check up the system and it will indicate that the amount is already paid. So it will stop the duplications and we will print out the digitalized vouchers. You can also put up here the digitalized signatures if your requirement is that you don't want to sign it by pen. So this is all made with Oracle Apex. Not only Oracle Apex, the HTML and CSS is also used and incorporated with Oracle Apex. Or we can work on that also. So it's not very difficult. We can cover up that easily. So these type, what you are seeing here, it is not the part of Oracle Apex. Oracle Apex gives us the built-in features, but these features, like it is indicating that there are 12 cars in process, and it is sliding like this. This work is done with HTML and CSS to make the UI impressive. Like you can see the buttons here, how they are moving, and this is a plugin which is came up from here. Note down this website, whether whether we will meet in future or not. This will definitely help you. That or apex.world, this website will help you in the future. Go to the plugins. There are lots of free plugins like calendars or the news sliders like this one, these news sliders, and nested reports, and multiple types of 330 plugins are available which are free. And all these plugins are really easy to install here. You just have to, let me show you how to do it. If you like a plugin from here, like you select anything. Give me a name. Can anybody suggest me what should I download from here? Any plugin you want?
Please attach any plugin, like we can get reports from the data, from interactive reports or grid reports. Is it possible?
It is also possible, but you don't have to install the plugin for that. There is a short way for it. There's a really short way for it. You don't have to go for the plugins. You know, let me show you. You know, when you go there, make any report like interactive grid or any fested or whatever, right? You click on the actions button, like any type of report, or whatever you have selected according to your style. Go on to the actions and then click on the downloads. You will get 4 formats here.
Oh, I see.
And one more thing. Let me show you here from here. One more thing here. Like if the report is like pasted, it will show you download here. If it is not visible, you want to fetch out the download, fetch out the data. If the download button is not visible, you don't have to panic. You just have to go into the attributes. Let me get it slow. You go into the I'm moving so fast, sorry. You go into the quick edits of that report, right? The backend will open, and then you will go into the attributes like this. And then it will show you a sign here like downloads. It's sometimes it's off. You have to on it. And when like it is green, it will show you the download option here. You just have to click it and save the file. So don't worry for the plugins to download. It will
For
obviously
reports.
get your time, and if there is a short way, why will we go for the huge
Okay.
size of plugins and acquire our database?
Right.
Can you use a plugin to upload an image or things like that?
Yeah, perfect. And can we upload the images, bulk images at once?
Bulk images, right? Like actually, the plugins are not used for uploading the images. Plugins are mostly like the developers like you and me are making these types of plugins and putting it here to make easy for everyone. For the for the images, you have to make the table appropriately with the data type of blob. I hope you know what blob works. If not,
Yeah.
blob is basically work for the media like images or you can say the PDF, such type of images. Let me show you the image here, like how it's working. Let me show you here, like sorry. I have made this profile card, but this this side is showing the data, like the first name, last name, and username here, which is Mirza, and I have mentioned it code as the last name. This is HTML and CSS mixed with the SQL query. And there is the profile pic like image. So I have entered the like when you click on the based on a blob returned by SQL statement, you have to put a statement here, which is this: select images from FMS profile pic where username is this. I have to manipulate it to show you the image. I will go in the object browser, FMS profile pic. Data, where username equals to admin. I will manipulate it where username equals to let's see if it is working. Now the image is showing. You see, this is working because the data type of column image is open up, please. Because the image column data type is blob. So you are asking for the bulk amount of image and data. For that, you have to make a table with the blob data type and fill up the data here and put as much images as you want. So you can upload the bulk images against each and every user. So like the Facebook or Twitter, whatever, you can show up their images like the like I have done here. So whoever logs in gets his image, and you can, if you are making a learning management system, that's really helpful in the learning management system. The image will show up here, his total courses, and it's everything. But images are in, you can say, the different sizes and resolutions, so you have to log them You have to lock them on a specific size from here. Like when you click, it is the region where the image is installed. You have to give a, okay, let me go, let me take it slow. I'm going too fast. I'm sorry for that. The biggest problem we face while uploading the images is that the images are of different sizes and different resolutions. When we put multiple images, it bursts and the content moves from here to there because the images size is moving, and this becomes shorter when the image becomes wider. These types of problems are we are facing. So for that types of issues, we click on the region where the picture is installed and go on the right side. We see a module named as advanced here. We give it a custom class. I give the name PicPic. Give a name PicPic or any name which is easy for you to remember. Go on the home. And from the HTML header, you can maintain the front end of your application. So like the PicPic class, by using HTML and CSS in Oracle Apex, this is the whole coding which is maintaining the application's front end. If you see the PicPic, I have freezed the width and height of 140 px by 140 px, which is pixels, and radius for making it circular. I have given the 100% radius, and the border is like this. So when I locked the resolution here, whenever someone uploads a picture which may be big as much as big like the screen, it will show up only inside this box by compressing automatically without pixelating the image. So that's how we control the images. I hope I tried to explain it as per my possible capacity. I hope you understand what I tried to say. Is there any question I can help you with that?
I have a question. I want to know about accounting and finance integration of any application with that Apex app. Is there any, or should we have to create on this application account and finance options, or should we get integrate with another accounts or management tool with
Right.
any API or like this?
Okay, perfect. I got your point. Actually, we can use both of the options or any third option, whatever we like. It depends on us, and it depends on our architecture actually. Like if I am working in a company which have already their finance module existing in Oracle Apex,
Yeah,
and you are making a new application for a different department like operations department, so
right.
that at that moment you don't have to you can say work over again to make a finance module. In that situation we will integrate both the applications with each other, right? But if you are
I
working,
think
yeah,
like just like QuickBook and Zoho Books and etc. Whatever matlab, means ke you can integrate with this application. If you create, if you have application in Apex, then you can integrate with QuickBook and app or Zoho Books. Is it possible?
Oracle Apex can push the data to whatever you say like Zoho Book or QuickBook or
Right.
Excel. Every possible, there is everything possible. But mostly Oracle Apex and Oracle, you can say they are integrating with other ERP systems and applications actually, who both are working like it sends the data, it gets the data.
Is there any application having in Apex like finance
Finance, yeah, I've showed you like I've
Sorry,
showed you.
I joined after little bit late,
Okay,
so I
no
can.
problem. No problem. There is a application which is live in one of the biggest company in Pakistan for 1.5 year. Miller and Phipps MNP Logistics. This is
Right.
their finance application. Some things are confidential. Unfortunately, I have to
Right, I understand.
hide them. It's ethically wrong. So these application, yeah,
This is the dashboard.
this is the dashboard,
Just
and
go through with menus so we can understand what we can do with this application.
I can show you. I can explain you the workflow of this application, like how finance is working. Like once a cash receipt is generated for you can say the 15,000 rupees or any cost whichever vendor is taking from us against any expense voucher. Like this is the first step and this is the second step. Unfortunately, I cannot open this one, but I can open this one. So these are the vouchers which are generated like 31st January. Yeah. So here is the data. We work something confidential here and
Mhm.
some advances and reports. You can see there are multiple types of reports like general ledger report, expense against advances, settlements. You can break it down with the zone wise opening balance, zone wise closing balance, the comparison between the months, like what was your revenue in the previous month or in this month. And you can also compare it with the last year revenue and this year revenue for audit and the taxation. So here also come the legal department also, not only the finance, but accounting and legal department is also attached with it. So we use FBDI for you. Have you heard the Oracle Fusion like ERP, e-business suites, and
Yeah, I hear.
yeah, for that we push the data to Oracle Fusions
Right.
from FBDI to Fusion. Like there is a procedure behind it. We will definitely create a new procedure according to our own requirement. They have their own algorithms in it. So I have shown you. Somebody asked me the question regarding the profile pictures. Sorry, I forgot to ask your name. Who was that? Can you please remind me?
About uh, about question of pictures or
Yeah,
bulk
yeah, exactly.
pictures. Yeah, Mohammed Zahid.
Mohammad Zahid. Mohammad Zahid. I have shown you the
Yeah, I
method of
understand.
pictures from here, right? So this is the wrong method from entering the images. It was just to showing you how to do it from the backend, but the right method is here. Like we have to make it available on the front side
Right.
like this. When the user is when the you actually this one is for just only to understand. Like we both are the developers, so that's why we try to do it as quickly as possible. But the right way is we have to make it visible on the front end, and while editing the data we have to give a column here of picture upload, and when a picture is uploaded from front end we will apply the change. That's how we can upload the bulk amount of pictures from here, like all the data with their pictures on the right side. That's the right way.
Is there any limitation of databases or applications? What is the limitations of data we can store in it, and that's
Right.
kind of stuff.
They actually there is a license. Oracle is and SAP, Amazon, these types of big firms acquire license. Uh, on the free
Right.
side, like this one is the purchase one. Like you can see the URL up here, apex.revion.com. This is our own. We have paid the license for it. But here you see here apex.oracle. So this one is free. So it gives us like 4 to 5 GB, which is enough to run two applications perfectly. Two applications can perfectly run on 4 to 5 GB. So they give
Right.
us free access for learning actually. But in the small firms and small software houses, people are working like professionally on their free versions. And once the space is full, they move their application to another one or empty their database into Excel sheets and empty their database and then start all over again every year. So that's how they are saving the money.
Right.
Sir, please, I want question. Jasper report run used for printout, but multiple schemas runtime schema use. So what is possible? How can I run report from Oracle Apex Jasper?
Jasper reports like the printable
Yes,
report.
yes. Printable report run with runtime schemas. Change schema format, please. How can I coding
Okay, I got your point.
run report coding printout report?
So you go there in the SQL workshop, and here is the option of SQL command. You go up there and code here from like anything, whatever you are. You type your code here, and your data shows up down here. This is the place where you code. I hope that's what you are asking for.
No, sir. Sir, I want to run from my application printable report, screen and print. I want iReports.
The printable reports I have shown.
Yeah, iReport already make Jasper GRXML format, and I want run through Apex, through Apex application and form integration.
The integration with you are asking me for.
Yeah, integration from Oracle Apex to Jasper report, and
Oracle
which
Apex
transfer
from-
already I run Oracle Apex and run report, but multiple schemas multiple schema use one report, but multiple schema, multiple companies, one report already make runtime multiple schemas run application one, but cloud base.
Okay, so you are saying let me clear it. If I'm correct, you're asking me that you have made one report.
Yeah.
You want to show that report in multiple applications, right?
Yeah, multiple action, multiple schema.
In multiple schemas. Okay.
Yeah, one application run multiple my client. I am a software house.
Perfect. Okay. So in that case, actually there are two scenarios. One is that if the tables are available in your schemas, the same table is available on all your schemas. You can just copy the code and create the application, the report in your other applications also. That's a one point, but I don't think that's what you are looking for. The second thing, you have to connect the application like this application and this application with each other with the let me show you.
I have one GL application for 10 clients use. And
One application.
one application GL application, accounts application.
General ledger, right?
All Yeah, same for all companies. Okay. I schema 10 companies name, A company, B company, C company, D company, but application only one create, report only one create. Just run report, then user, then schema name and password parameter.
Okay, all right. Actually, oh my God, sorry. Actually, that's not integration, brother. Sorry. You have to make the data structure like here. You can see here on the left side. I have the company here. You have to make the data structure like this. You have to divide it into the company zones, locations, or the cities, or the client names, or the users. Like I have divided it into multiple parameters. First thing. Second, like you said that there is a company one, company two. So you mentioned all these companies here. Like you have 17 clients. You mentioned 17 clients like here. And when you are making a user, like a account,
No,
a company or another application or another asset
no, sir,
to them.
like this, only one company, one time application ID run. One company use one application, but run my report application ID are same for schema purpose. How
Okay,
can I run report? Print button, push the button, print Jasper script. HTML CSS window dot run, bracket open, then run report. Jasper report. How can I call Jasper report? Through Oracle Apex.
you will go up here in the, suppose it is not,
Print watcher.
yes, suppose it
Not
is
screen, print watcher.
print watcher.
Print watcher, not screen.
Okay,
Not download from this and this. No, not this.
not this, like print watchers,
Yes, print.
like this.
PDF format, like PDF format, and yes, yeah.
Are you looking for this?
Yes, print and print button, then printer my print.
Yes, exactly. That's what it is doing.
Yes. Yeah, this.
So actually these types of are not built in. These types of things are custom made, as you know, I think. There is a code I have written here. Here is the code. So you have to make.
Yeah.
So if you want to make this Jasper type of report like this, you will use
Jasper,
the HTML.
I use I report and then totally create report and only call this from report name,
Yeah.
not this coding. Not this coding. All for very easily to create report, not coding this.
Yes, you can use that method also.
GG.
So in Apex, in reports, under the actions menu, you don't have a print option, correct? You only have downloads.
Yes, in Apex, we don't have the, we only have the download option here. So if you want to print, we have to download and then Control P for that. But there is a, you can,
Could be some plugin.
if you want it, you can add the plugin onto your, like, Office Print or Interactive Print, whatever you want.
Oh, cool.
You just install that plugin there on your report. That's it. It's already made. we don't have to make it from scratch.
That's great. Yeah, can you please show how to add a plugin?
Yeah, sure, no problem. We will download it from here. The plugin. Go into the shared components for the plugins and see on the right side of the top other components. On the second row there is a plugin. Click on that, and if you want to create your own, you can just click here, or if you have downloaded it from somewhere like apex.world, you just have to import from your download drive. It is opening.
So you import the entire compressed file?
No, not the entire. Let me show you. Actually, there is only one SQL component there. Otherwise, if you find multiple, you will open the readme tab, which is this one, and it will show you which one is the correct one. I don't know why it is not opening. Leave it, I'll
So
show
what-
you.
So what you import is an SQL file?
There is a plugin. You have to import only the, this one is the plugin, right?
Mhm.
So you just have to install this one, the SQL file in your plugin.
Okay.
Not all
Oh.
these files, only this SQL file. It will recall them from their the web server. It is scripted already.
Got it. Okay.
Click on view, then you can find the extract thing, which is you extract from the folder.
Sorry, I missed it.
But how we can upload, which file we can upload from the plugins which is you extracted recently? Which file needs to upload for plugin?
The here which I have downloaded recently, it is showing multiple SQL files. I don't know which one is the correct one. I have to open this. I don't know
If you
why it is not opening.
for readme, if you want to pick a notepad or something and see if it.
Yeah, but it is not opening. I don't know why.
So click on view, please click on view here, home, share and view. Main menus. Then you can filter date wise.
Okay, here it is. It is asking me to go and read the PDF if you want to install this one. It is very lengthy. We will do it some other day.
If you already done a plugin, see if you want, you can just show that too. I saw a couple of them that you already had imported, right?
Yeah, that one is here. Like this one is the MarcuText. You know how it's working? It's like it is already all scripted. We don't do it here. We just download it from Oracle Apex World. All right, and upload the SQL file only. When the file is uploaded, it will show up like this. There are two plugins that I have already installed here. And when we want to use that plugin, like on the home page, let me show you. On the below side, you will see the name of that plugin here. Once it is installed, you will see the plugin name here, like plugin text 1 and Apex 3D dashboard 2. These two were installed in the shared components, right? So if you want to use this one, like the dashboard, drag it here and put wherever you want to put. So I have put this here as the name of news sticker, right? And give it the uh this is the text which I want to show up on the news bulletin. And then when you run it, it will show up here like this.
Okay. So you, whatever you did in that select SQL is what it's like passing in that string into that plugin, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Simple text. The simple text, I said just display it. And always if something is coming from Dual or database, from plugin or your own database, give it from Dual, because it is not your handmade or self-made table. It is from the Oracle. So for anything coming from Oracle, use Dual, from Dual.
So what is that display and the last two values? Is it specific to the plugin or is it standard?
No, I just use it by myself. Like I want to display this one, and hash for the URL. Sorry.
Oh, okay, just the call. It's like a alias. Okay.
Yes. Any more questions are welcomed. I
Thank you.
guess this session is about to coming to end, the demo session. I hope some know-how for Oracle Apex and how the corporate world and the industries are using it. I think a little picture is clear in front of us, all of us. And if there is any question or anything you want to ask, I'm very happy to answer that.
I have a question about the Oracle Apex. Should we install this in a computer or can you use it through web?
If you have your own server and you want to deploy it on your company premises, you have to make a server on your company premises, and you can install it there and use it in your internal network if it is private. And if you go it for public, obviously you can use it on your multiple branches. But if you don't want to maintain the server by yourself, you can use the cloud version, which is much cheaper than maintaining the server, like only 1700 or something like $1800 per year, which is much cheaper than maintaining the own server or a server room with air conditioning and database administrators salaries also. So mostly we use the cloud version and leave it all on the Oracle. They maintain
Like
it.
when we take a free version of a student package from the Oracle, can we work on over that?
Of course, you see this application here, this is working on the free version. I haven't paid a single penny for it, and it's working in I cannot mention the city, but it is working in like 2 or 3 cities, and I haven't paid a single money. So this is the free
Okay.
version.
Mm,
This one.
yeah. Got it. Yes. So how they will like in different cities, how they will access to this domain? Like they will find you through the IP.
Yeah, that's the question I was expecting from the first minute. We do the trick. We just copy this URL
Yeah.
link, and on the email we just send this. And when we send this without this login session, this application works perfectly fine with all the cities, and by the user authorization and authorization schemes, we give them user roles. So that's how they work in multiple cities, and at the same time working on the same application, which database is maintained from the head office only. So it's like every city is working together under the single umbrella.
Yeah. But what do you think that this will be under trade of the risk of security? Like everyone can access that. Like maybe when you paste it in everyone's web browser.
Nobody can access it if they don't have the user ID and password, and they are maintained only by the administrator, which is you. If you give the access to anyone, only he can or she can access your application. So it is not possible for anyone to enter it without the credentials that you have, that you have. Only you can make a user, only you can give the credentials and allow the user roles, and then send it to the email him, and only after that, using those credentials, he can enter your application. Otherwise it is impossible.
Okay, one thing more I want to ask, does it need to be a JavaScript knowledge over there to using Apex?
Actually, I myself don't know that much about JavaScript, but working with the development
Yeah.
team, and you say in the IT, you easily know how to, what the syntax mean, what that a word mean, like this voucher. I didn't even know how to use the JavaScript and HTML, but working with the team, I learned how to do it. It's not that difficult. There is, I don't think it's really
Yeah.
difficult to use JavaScript or HTML, CSS. We can work on that easily.
Okay. Last question.
Yeah, sure.
Your first step is starting from the SQL, and maybe some of these participants all know already about SQL. But one thing I want to ask that does this course include about PLSQLs, or no? You will just like we will just teach us SQL, and you will go to the Apex.
Like the PL/SQL. Yeah. I guess I was told that all of you are already working on Oracle Apex for so long. But
Yeah.
but it's okay. If you want me to work on the, like, to go through from the PL/SQL also, that's perfectly fine. I can do that also. That's not a big problem. Actually, it's very interesting to refresh all those things, and it will definitely help us all to recall our like the past SQLs and PLSQLs.
Yeah. Thank you. That was my question. Thank you for response.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think that's all for the today's session. And if you guys have any questions or anything regarding the Oracle Apex or training, you can contact to Mr. Fateh. And it was really nice to meet you all, and it was really impressive to hear your questions. I'm really impressed, and I'm really impressed to hear these types of technical questions from all of you, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for attending this demo. I hope
Thank you,
we'll
Mr.
meet
Hamza,
again.
also. Thank you, Mr. Hamza. Also, you have given very nice and knowledgeable and informative session. And I believe these our friends, our students, they have enjoyed and they will understand what they are going to learn if they are going to enroll this session, training sessions. And please note that we will have two sessions, one for locals, local mean Pakistanis, and one session for international friends. So one will be in Urdu, Pakistani nationals, and for the English, we will continue with the international friends. So make your mind, think yourself. If you want to make a professional in your work and you want to improve your reports and writing and improve your grades in the company, or if you are running the software, if you want to make a professional software like Mr. Altaf was asking this reports, so hope he will understand and he will learn more to improve his software development. It will be benefited to all, I believe. So just make your mind, group is active, just make your queries, the course outlines will be shared. And if you need any questions, anything, you can contact me privately or in the group as well. So hope it will work and we will continue this one. Any question, anything is there, just please discuss in the group and feel free to ask.
Thank you. Are you going to share the recording of this session?
Yes, we are going to share it. Or still recording. Yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much.
Okay, boss. Have a nice day. Goodbye and good night.
Software Channel, your partners in your success.